I'm Cape Jewel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all-the-time, many-time comic book show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, I could not be more excited because we are about to witness a brand new era in the life of my favorite comic book hero, Green Arrow. That's right, Benjamin Percy has a brand new story that sees the character get back to his roots. So without further ado, let's talk about it. So as the comic opens, we're back in Seattle. Yes, Seattle, not Star City. Yes, thanks to DC Rebirth and writer Benjamin Percy, a lot of the great stuff we love about classic Green Arrow is back, and yet for some reason he still gets saddled with having to defend a real city where everyone else has their fancy fictional ones. As we check on in with Ollie, yet another one of his dates has gone horribly wrong, just another chapter in the ever-growing book of romantic misfortune for poor Oliver Queen. Granted, this lady in question was the daughter of a red state senator, so what would they even talk about, except for maybe his new facial hair, which she said was stupid. Ollie, you don't need her in your life. We see a homeless guitar player get pulled down into the deep, dark recesses of the sewers by some unknown assailant before the eyes of her terrified son. When we see Green Arrow hit the streets later that night, his internal monologue tells us how he's become rather disillusioned with the big business world and the day-to-day operations of Queen Consolidated. He says more and more he sees himself falling into the role of Green Arrow and that of a crime fighter. It's at that point he manages to spot the boy from the beginning of the comic getting dragged along by some scary individual in a cloak. But wait a minute, it's not a scary individual in a cloak at all, it's Dinah Lance, the Black Canary. She had found the poor kid rummaging around in the sewer and was trying to get him to go to the hospital for a nasty looking gash on his arm. Ollie invites them both into his home and they have themselves a little back and forth. Apparently, even amongst the Justice League, even amongst the Gotham set, Green Arrow is considered something of a radical outsider. A man who, even when he's not combating crime, is still trying to combat all the different isms of the world: racism, sexism, capitalism, cronyism, conservatism, you get the deal. However, Black Canary finds it a little hard to swallow that a guy, who fights for such social justice in the world can do so from such an ivory tower. Or to put it much more simply, how can Green Arrow fight the man when he is the man? The two continue to argue back and forth even when they decide to take the kid back to his home, a homeless shanty town called the Jungle. GA thinks Canary is being a little holier than now about the whole thing, especially considering she just got off a turn as a successful rock star. She in turn fires back by saying he's as neglectful of his city as he is about his former drug addict sidekick. Oh my god, oh dude, get some aloe for that sick burn. I joke, of course, even though the two basically spend the entire comic debating one another, it's clear they have a respect for each other and even some sexual tension that's beginning to form. The homeless camp comes under attack by the same people who took the mom. They're called the Underground Men, and well, they basically look like Nosferatu. Our heroes manage to capture one and interrogate them. Apparently, all the homeless people who have been kidnapped in Seattle over the last little bit have been taken to a place called the Auction. A truly hellish kind of setup where the homeless, disenfranchised, and other such people are sold to the highest bidders to be used as either food, test subjects as mad science, or even sex slaves. Bad guys preying on the weak hits a particular nerve within Green Arrow and Black Canary respectively, and so they decide to go on there and break up the auction. Our heroes win the day, but it's clear the auction is a symbol of worse things to come. However, there is a silver lining. Green Arrow and Black Canary are officially in each other's lives, and it looks like they're going to be seeing a heck of a lot more of each other. There's a ton of praise and adulation I would love to heap on Green Arrow Rebirth #1, but I want to keep this a short video, so let me just try and stick to the main points. Benjamin Percy deserves all the credit in the world for giving Green Arrow his politics back, but more than that, also giving him a series of difficult questions to try and answer. The interplay between Green Arrow and Black Canary was also perfect, so very reminiscent of the stuff I loved from the Judd Winnick years and beyond. It's clear that these are two people who, even though they fight and butt heads, they really do love each other and there's a mutual respect going on. The art from Juan Ferreira, I hope I'm saying that right, also deserves special note, especially as he has commented on this channel quite a few times, so if you're listening, hi Juan. The style really works for Green Arrow, and I especially dig his new costume, which seems to be a splitting of the difference between the classic comics and the new TV show costume. At the end of the day, I freaking loved this comic, but are you really surprised? Joel is probably the softest sell in the world for a good Green Arrow story, but all the same, I give this one a 9 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Jewel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.